Okay, here it is. It's going and it's going. Okay, so this is another one, as you can see. And yes, again, it is from, well, I mean, you probably weren't asking that. You probably didn't even care who it was from. But it's, once again, made by Kitty121405. Why? Because I want to make them fangirl again. Okay. Because if you didn't read the comments in the last video, you would, you know that. If you read the comments. Anyways, okay. So time to read. Oh, oops, I didn't say what the thing is. Well, I mean, you're reading the title. What the heck do you think? Anyways, it's DreamSwap Cross X Angel Reader. I chose this one because it was rare and I thought it'd be interesting. Okay, here we go. Second/third person point of view. Life. It's a one-time opportunity offered to everyone, no matter human or monster. It must be cherished by those who live it. It only happens once to everyone. To those who have passed, they either turned to angels or demons. When you passed on, you became an angel. However, you became a special angel, one that was praised with the gift of life once again. Your goal was to find and reach out to those in need of their wrongdoings or their mistakes. However, you didn't know that your next target would be different from everyone else. Present time. You sat on a tree, sensing the presence of your next target. It was surprisingly difficult to find them, but you eventually found them. As you found their location, you became shocked and slightly annoyed and angered. This person was located in the Justice Reigns organization. You have helped people there before that were captured, and you helped them escape. By the presence of your target, you could tell that they were captured by the organization, which made you more ticked off. Like, what the heck, organization? Stop it, Dream. You growled in anger as you teleported to the organization. Oh, yeah, by the way, that was my comment earlier of Dream. Sorry. That was not in the thing. It's just me being me. You growled in anger as you teleported to the organization, keeping hidden from everyone, and you followed the presence of your target to their location. You walked past many empty cells until you passed one with someone in it. You stopped and turned back to see the person in the prison cell. It was a tall skeleton by the looks of it, and he seemed about 6 feet tall, but you were unsure. You can tell that the skeleton is your target, the one you were assigned to help, so you made yourself visible only to the skeleton. It was looking down at the floor with a sad expression as they sighed. You walked right through the bars of the cell like a badass. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Extremely sorry. Sorry about my potty mouth. You can tell that the skeleton is your target, the one you were assigned to help, so you made yourself visible only to the skeleton. It was looking down at the floor with a sad expression as they sighed. You walked right through the bars of the cell, and you knelt down in front of the skeleton, which finally caught their attention. Like, jeez, cross. The skeleton wore very complex clothing, which consisted of only black and white with interesting designs. The only complementary color was a slight bit of red, which was their right eye, while the other was white. You can tell that the skeleton is a male based on your previous experiences helping other skeletons with their doubts and worries. He seemed shocked to see someone else in the same cell as himself, especially without the chains holding you down. He was about to speak when you quickly put a finger over his mouth to quiet him as you quietly spoke to him. Shh, we can't let your situation get worse than it already is, you tell him. As he nodded, he said slowly, and you pulled your hand away, as you fully sat down in front of him with your wings folded to your back. He seemed quite nervous, honestly, but also shocked. You figured that he never really saw anyone else because he is imprisoned, but you're going to change that soon. You decided to introduce yourself like you always do when you meet your next target. Hello, I am Ian. What's your name? You said as you held out your hand for him to shake. At which he slowly shook it, still slightly nervous. I'm Cross, he said, as both of you pulled your hands away. Soon, There was a long silence. He didn't know what to say, is what it seemed. How did you... Man, I can't speak. How did you get in here? He asked, which broke the silence. Magic, you calmly stated, at which he nodded his head. But the bars are magic-proof. No magic can get through them. At least that's what they told me. He said, until he looked away. You sighed. You didn't want to reveal your true identity to anyone yet. Even none of your previous targets even know you either, so you stayed silent. I see. Sorry for asking. No, it's okay. It's just hard to explain is all. You tell him in an attempt to reassure him, which he did, and he nodded in understanding. But why are you here? How are you here? He asked as he sighed. You had quite a bit of explaining to do. Well, you see, Cross, I am an angel. I am here to help you. It is my task, you tell him as you showed him your favorite colored wing made of magic, at which his expression turned into shock. An angel? You look like Dream a little bit, he said. I know. However, I despise the leader of this godforsaken place. We're not even related, but other than that, I am here to help you with your problems. You have quite a lot on your mind from what I can tell, you say to him, which he nodded. Well, one of my old friends, Ink, he found me alone where I lived. We became friends until he disappeared and I found my other friend, Nightmare, he said as you nodded. We also found Error. He became our friend, and when I came here to find Ink, that's when I met Nightmare. However, when I encountered Ink once again... Drink? Isn't that a ship? However, when I encountered Ink once again, he said that we were never friends, and he literally betrayed me. Oh wow, come on, Ink, what the heck? I got captured. Thankfully, Nightmare and Error were able to get away, he explained. He let out a small growl in anger. How could a friend betray another friend? Oh, wow. Are you naive? Like, reader, naive? What? You're an angel. You must have seen this before. He let out a small growl in anger. How could a friend betray another friend? It wasn't right. Cross noticed your anger, and he leaned forward and set his hand on your shoulder, making you look at him from your averted gaze. It's okay. I'll live. Life just makes unexpected turns that we have to go through, he said as you sighed and nodded your head in agreement. Yeah, you're right. At least I was able to help you, Cross, he said as he pulled his hand away when he stood up. Will I ever see you again, Yin? He asked hopefully as you gave him an assuring smile and nodded. Of course you were, Cross, you said as you walked to the bars and turned back to Cross. He had a smile plastered on his face as he waved a goodbye before going away. As you made it back to your room in the immortal world, you leaned against the wall with your hand on your chest, feeling your rapid heartbeat. The feeling with it was off and strange, but it felt comforting and warm, nothing like you have felt before. You asked yourself so many questions. Why were you feeling this way? What does it mean? And most of all, why did it occur with Cross? To calm yourself down, you decided to get a glass of your favorite soda. As you drank your favorite soda, you thought to yourself, you know Cross needs more help, because he's all alone in that wretched place. You know that you will be checking up on him normally now. Time skip! Sorry, I wanted to be dramatic. You just finished talking to another monster and helping them. You bid farewell to the monster before teleporting back to your room. As you were in thought, you decided that it would be a good time to check up on Cross. Ever since you met Cross and Justice Reigns, you visited him. You visited him 3 times a week. Every time you went back to see him, the feeling you felt on the first day grew stronger and stronger with each visit. You talked with one of your immortal friends, Kitty, the angel of negativity, for some help. This is an author note. Not what I read before, but what I'm reading now until I tell you it's not an author note anymore. Okay, get it? Yeah. I decided to add my author note. I decided to add myself in because why not? I want to make it interesting. And yes, I'm more negative based on what most people think of me about me. Ooh. Sorry. It's like, it's the done with everything face, but with an ooh. So I just put ooh. Sorry. End of author note. Based on the feeling, she figured that you are in love with Cross. Oh wow. Who could guess that? At first you denied it, until Kitty convinced you otherwise, and you accepted the fact that you were in love with Cross. He was just so understanding, and he's a great listener when you talk to him. Sometimes you even vent to him about some problems and worries you have, and he has even helped you get through them. He was just so sweet and kind. He wasn't like any of the other people you have met. Most people you helped beg for you to stay because they need, quote-unquote, need you to live. They're only begging you to stay because they are attracted to you by your aura due to your second life. You hated the consequence of your second life. You had this aura that lures people to you. It only makes things difficult and annoying when people beg. However, you remember that Cross didn't beg at all. Beg, it says begged, but I'm gonna say beg at all. And he only asked if he would see you again. That was very kind of him, even though you really didn't know that he would like you to stay with him. You changed into comfortable clothes, and you then teleported to the Justice Reigns organization building. You walk to the building and across his cell, only to find that he's not there. Oh my god. This made you panic as you quickly ran through the halls of the building, looking for Cross. You were worried. You knew that these people that work here are not afraid to hurt or even kill their prisoners. You thought about where Cross may be, and you then knew where. You figured that he was being taken to Dream, leader of the Justice Reigns. You knew where Dream's office was, and you quickly ran past the other workers in the halls, phasing right through them with your magic without them noticing because of your invisibility magic. Phasing through the door to Dream's office, you quickly saw that Cross was thrown to the ground by two guards right in front of Dream. You growled and made yourself visible, at which Dream noticed you, and the two guards turned to face you with their weapons. "It's Yin! Get her!" Dream ordered his guards, at which they charged at you, but you quickly deflected their blows with your bare strength. Yeah, Dream, what the heck are you thinking? Like, it's an angel. Like, Dream, you're an idiot sometimes, but I still love you. No shipping, okay? No shipping. No shipping with me, okay? No. Then you grabbed both of the guards by the backs of their uniforms and smashed them into the ground. Some of their bones cracked loudly. At this point, Cross turned to you and noticed you, his expression becoming very shocked. Dream growled and grabbed his sword. He then jumped into the air, about to slash at you. With your magic, you summoned the same sword Dream had, and you easily deflected the attack with it. Dream slightly lost his footing, but easily regained his footing again and slashed at you. Man, this is really long for one whole video. It's gonna be kind of hard. You easily stop the slash by stopping his sword with yours. You then do a swirl with your leg outward and make Dream fall to the ground and drop his sword. Again, using your magic, you pin Dream to the ground as he struggled, trying to break free from your magic. It's an angel, Dream. I don't think you'll be able to do much. You walked over to Cross. His hands were chained together, so you carefully took your copy of Dream's sword and cut the chains, freeing Cross. He stood up and rubbed his wrists slightly. You looked to see that they were slightly bleeding. Yeah, like, oh my god, Cross, no! You grabbed his hands, gaining his attention as you healed his wrist and you wiped the blood off after they were fully healed. You then lifted your head and gazed to Cross to see he was slightly blushing? Well, he had a small red hue across his cheekbones once you took his hand, and you figured that it was blush. "Let's get out of this mistake of a place, Cross," you say as he nodded in agreement, and you then teleport both of you to your house in the immortal world. "Is this where you live?" He asked as he, that was actually a good impression in my head of Blue. Anyways, is this where you live? He asked as he looked around the living room in awe. Yeah, and the best part about this is that we are in the world where the gods and goddesses live. The immortal world. You tell him as he looked at you in shock. You mean that you live here? He asked as you nodded. I am an angel after all. The gods let me live a second time and they let me stay here, not in the mortal world, because people will try to hunt me. You tell him as he nodded in understanding. I see. Also, I never known where you go when you're not with me. Where do you go? He asked in curiosity as you sighed and sat on the couch with him. He needs to know at some point. Now seems like it's time for him to find out the truth. You thought to yourself? Listen, it's okay. Grammar's okay. It's okay, okay? It's okay. Well, I help people with their worries and problems. You were one of my targets that I needed to help. I help both species, humans and monsters and all in between. It just says humans and monsters. That's why I have to go. I have another person I need to help is why. This is my job, I guess you can say. It is required in order for me to keep my second life. However, most people beg for me to stay with them because they need me to live. You explained to him as he listened closely. I see, but why do you people beg you to have you stay? He asked. The consequence of my second life is having an aura that lures people to me, you tell him. Wow, he said in shock. However, you were the first one to not beg for me to stay. You only asked if I would return, and I appreciate that. Very much, you said as you blushed slightly. Oh. Yeah, he said as he blushed slightly and scratched the back of his neck. After his last statement, there was a long and slightly awkward silence between you two. Then suddenly, Cross put his arm around your shoulders and pulled you slightly closer to him as you blushed. Oh, you say as Cross blushed. Sorry, he said as he was about to pull his arm off your shoulder, but you put your hand on his hand, keeping his arms around your shoulders as you leaned into him. He said as he still blushed. Author note. Let me know which comic I took inspiration from for the previous dialogue part. I want to see if people can guess. Ooh. End of author note. I don't know what comic that is. Wow. I don't know. That's kind of sad. Okay. Anyway, continue. Hey, Yin, Cross asked you as you turned to him. You hummed in response with slight confusion. So, can I stay with you? He asked as you smiled and nodded happily. Thank you so much, he said as he smiled and pulled you into a hug and you hugged back. I think it says a hi, you hugged back. Life was only going to get better and better for you. Wait, Cross, what about your friends? What about your friends? Okay. Time skip. Also, I don't mean to, criticize the thing in any way. I'm just doing everything in playfulness. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sorry if you got that off of me. I'm sorry. Anyway, time skip. Laying on your bed, you were looking out the window of your room at the stars. It's been about a year ever since you saved Cross, and life has become more interesting, and you had at least someone else to talk to. You even introduced Cross to Kitty, and they got along well. You were glad that both can hang out with you at once. As you were deep in thought, you then hear some strange sounds from Cross's room across the hall. You quietly get up from your bed and head to the door of Cross's room. You lean against it and listened. You heard mumbling? It was Cross who was mumbling, but you couldn't make out what he was saying. Becoming more and more curious, you very screeching. You very quietly open his door and walk in slowly. Not wanting to alarm Cross. He was sitting on his bed with his head in his hand, and as he mumbled to himself, you were able to make out what he was mumbling to himself, and what you heard made you shocked. What am I going to do, Yin, the most beautiful and precious angel I have ever seen? You have stolen my heart. Just how will I tell you? Nightmare, error, what should I do? He mumbled as he blushed and backed out of his room, closing the door behind you. Gotta go fast. Oh, gotta go fast. Oh, that's kind of ironic, because the next thing is, quickly you ran to your room and sat on your bed blushing madly. Gotta go fast. Oh. He loves you? You couldn't believe it. He loves you back. You were excited that you started to shake in place. However, you didn't want anyone to hear you, so you take a deep breath to calm down. You laid back in your bed, trying to head back to sleep. It took a while, but you were eventually able to fall back asleep. Believe me, any kind of adrenaline before you go to bed is not good at all. However, you didn't know what would be in store for you the next day. You wake up from your peaceful slumber as you sat up and rubbed your eyes to adjust. You noticed favorite colored versions of favorite flowers in a glass vase on your desk with a note. You grabbed your outfit for the day and changed before walking to your desk and picking up the note. It had your name on it with this elegant cursive writing. You opened the note and read it to yourself. It was in the same elegant cursive writing as your name on the font. Yin, I want you to meet me outside near the tree that blossoms white flowers. I have something to tell you. I also wanted to give you some flowers, and I made you breakfast as well before you head there. I hope to see you there. Cross. You awed at how special the note was, along with the gift Cross had given you. You smelled the flowers as you smiled. It was so sweet of Cross to give you some flowers and even make breakfast for you. You actually decided to switch outfits, and you changed into a more formal and special outfit. You walk downstairs to the dining room and see your favorite breakfast on a plate on the table with a small white candle lit right next to it. You sat down and began to eat the breakfast Cross created for you. It was the best breakfast you have ever had in your 2 lives. How? Cross. You cleaned up the plate and utensils you used, and you went outside toward the tree that blossoms white flowers. As you saw the tree in the distance, you saw Cross standing there in this white suit that made him look very handsome. Ooh, handsome Cross. You blushed at the thoughts and continued to walk to him in the tree. He then eventually noticed you, and he blushed at your outfit, at which you blushed more when you saw his gaze on you. I might be fangirling a little bit over the reader, but this is amazing. Even though it's very, very cheesy, I love it. He stopped and stood in front of you as he turned to you. I can't believe you did so much. You didn't have to, he said shyly. But I did just for you, he said as you giggled. So, you wanted to tell me something? You asked. Oh, yeah, he said as he took a deep breath before speaking again. Yin, for a long time I have had this feeling that ached in my heart, my soul. It wanted me to stay by your side and protect you, help you. You're a holy angel that stole my heart. For this, I'll tell the rest through a song just for you, he said. He began to sing Holy by Florida Georgia Line. Here, there's a link, and there's the lyrics. I'm not singing. When he finished singing, he had your hands in his, and he was looking at you with love and hope in his eyes. As they stared into your eyes, you were actually crying, and you hugged him tightly. He tensed slightly, but hugged back quickly, rubbing your back. I love you too, Cross, you said in happiness, as you looked up at him with a smile. I'm glad to hear that, my beautiful angel, he said as he lifted your head upward by putting a finger on your chin. You blushed at the motion and motion? No, I'm sorry. You blushed at the motion and put his other hand on your and he put his other hand on your cheek, which made you blush more. "Can I?" he asked. You nodded, knowing what he meant, and he then pulled you into a tender kiss. It was full of love and passion. He then slithered his arms around your waist and pulled you closer to him. After a few minutes, both of you pulled away, and you leaned into his chest. He stroked your hair as he hugged you back. "I love you so much, my angel." Okay, that's about it. Oh yeah, thank you all for 500 and a little bit more plus subscribers. Thank you so much. I didn't say it through comments because I was lazy, and I also kind of thought you might want to hear it with my own voice. Well, even though your voices don't sound the same in recordings, but I don't know, maybe one day one of me and you will meet. Who knows? But yeah, if you do meet me, just look for a girl that stumbles on her words and has a girlfriend. Sorry. But yeah, that's about it. Very stereotypical. Hoodie, sweatpants, sneakers. Well, not sneakers. Well, Velcro. Just Velcro, you know. As usual, stereotypical. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening this long. It's super long. Oh my god. Okay.